Once upon a time, in a village at Ile-Ife, there lived a great king called Oba Adekunle. He was a very popular king who ruled his people gloriously. Oba Adekunle was a very happy king who loved his people dearly. But he had one issue. His wife, Olori Funke, she was the direct opposite of the king, to the extent the villagers thought she might have used charms on him. Olori Funke was very arrogant and disrespectful, even to Oba Adekunle. She refused to bear him children for her own selfish reasons. Rumor had it that she even terminated her pregnancy at a time, but still, Oba Adekunle's love for her was unwavering. Maybe because he never got to experience love in his life, and so he appreciated the little Olori Funke had to offer. After 10 years of being king, Oba Adekunle decided to throw a huge festival to celebrate his achievements over the years. The festival was so large as Oba Adekunle invited everyone in the village, from the little child to the old. Everyone was so happy to attend. During the festival, the chief priest summoned Oba Adekunle, Olori Funke, and the chiefs for some blessings in the throne room. They all hurried down, including Oba Adekunle, but Olori Funke asked his servants to inform the chief priest to wait as she wanted to go and change to another attire. This was an abomination because the chief priest was the eye of the gods and no one dared to disrespect him until that very day. The chief priest, with the wisdom of the gods, made a decree that Olori Funke would be stripped off of all royal privileges and immediately banished from the village. Oba Adekunle began to plead on her behalf. For your sake, she might live in the palace, but you must never warm her bed, and she must never step foot in this throne room ever again, or else her soul would depart. The chief priest declared. All the chiefs agreed because they had had enough of her disrespect. Immediately, the news flew across the palace and all attendees were talking about it. Olori Funke heard about her fate from the gossip among the villagers. She decided to meet the chief priest, but it was too late as the throne room was shut against her. That became the most shameful day of her life. A queen without royal privileges, the villagers whispered amongst themselves. Oba Adekunle had no choice than to accept the condition rather than to accept the option of Olori Funke being cast out of the village like a common criminal. Few weeks passed and Olori Funke was still unable to meet the king. She felt humiliated and decided to teach the king and the kingdom a lesson. She plotted with some guards and paid them a huge sum of money to assassinate the king, so her lover Chief Rotimi would take over the throne as the king had no heir. But unfortunately for her, a palace servant named Ayodele overheard their plot and decided to secretly tell the king about it. Oba Adekunle was shocked as he never expected that from his so-called wife. He decided to set a trap for them. He played along like he never knew about the plot. And when they were about to attack, they were ambushed. Olori Funke took to her heels and ran far away from the palace to escape being persecuted. The next day, the king assembled the chiefs and the chief priests alongside with Ayodele. Oba Adekunle thanked Ayodele for saving his life. For this good you have done, ask me of any favor be it farmland, houses, or money. I will give it to you, for you have proven to be trustworthy. Oba Adekunle joyfully said. I only have one wish, my king. Ayodele said. Speak, I will grant you whatever it may be, the king ordered. My only wish is for you to marry my sister, your highness. Ayodele said. Everyone in the palace were shocked at the request. There was murmuring, followed by a great silence. Oba Adekunle wanted to protest, but he remembered that he had already given him his words. If that is your wish, so shall it be. But first, she has to be presented before the eye of the gods to confirm if she is capable before history repeats itself. Oba Adekunle said, as everyone nodded in agreement. Ayodele went outside and brought his sister to the chief priest. She was fully clothed and her face covered with a veil. As she entered the throne room, everywhere was silent as they all wondered who could be behind the veil. The chief priest did all that was necessary, after which he told the king that she possessed a pure and innocent spirit. Everyone was happy. That is good. You may now take off your veil so that we may see you, Oba Adekunle ordered. She gently lifted her veil and behold, she was a vision of perfection. Everyone gazed at her. Her beauty was like that of 7 princesses. Her eyes were bold and beautiful, and her skin glowed like polished ebony. Her beauty was unique to the extent the king was on his feet without realizing it. No one had ever seen such beauty before. She's all I have. All my life I have raised her like a princess, my king. All I wish is for her to live the life befitting of a queen, Ayodele pleaded. Your wish is granted. This is a privilege, the king responded as he continued to stare at the beautiful maiden. What is your name? Oba Adekunle asked. My name is Sade, my king, she answered. Her voice was like a gentle caress to the ear, soft and melodious. Oba Adekunle immediately fell in love with her. The proper arrangements were made and the date for the wedding was chosen. A week later, a huge wedding feast was held to celebrate the king and his new queen. Everyone in the village drank, ate, and celebrated as they never liked Olori Funke, and they were happy that the king had finally married another wife. Not only was Olori Shade beautiful, she was kind towards everyone, and the people loved her in return. Olori Shade showed Oba Adekunle so much love, and in the space of 3 weeks, she conceived. Oba Adekunle was so happy. He realized that he had been suffering in the hands of Olori Funke. Not too long, the news of the queen's pregnancy spread round the village, and the villagers were very happy. But this happiness was shortened when Olori Funke heard about it in her hideout. She was furious. She connived with her distant cousin who worked as a palace maid, and together they succeeded in almost killing Olori Shade, which led to the termination of her pregnancy. Oba Adekunle and Olori Shade were devastated, and he vowed to bring the perpetrators to book. Oba Adekunle secretly launched an investigation and found out about Olori Funke's cousin, the palace maid. She was punished, after which she led them to Olori Funke's hideout. Olori Funke and her cohorts were made to face the consequences of their actions. This sent a great warning to their enemies. The loss of the unborn child bore a hole in their hearts, but together they overcame the trial. Olori Sade's love for Oba Adekunle did not stop, and together they bore and raised beautiful children and lived happily ever after. This is the end of this story. Hope you liked it. Please do not forget to subscribe, like, comment where you are watching from or what you learned. And do not forget to share this video to your loved ones. Until next time, see you.